5-minute mom, my first 5-minute mom video. I wanted to touch on homeschooling because that seems to be what is the big topic right now, being August. Everybody looking at, will the schools open? What will that look like? Am I going to put my kid back in? Is it safe? Are we just going to do it at home through online with their teacher, or what is happening? So I'm going to give you my quick take on it. The first point with homeschooling is be flexible, like Cirque du Soleil flexible with your day, with your schedule, with your curriculum. Learning doesn't happen in strife. One of my kids a few years ago told me, "Mom, when you yell, I don't hear you anymore. I'm not learning anything. All my brain hears is angry." So I think that's pretty accurate for anyone who's trying to learn anything. I still yell sometimes, but that has stuck with me, especially when I'm teaching, that if I'm getting frustrated and they can tell by my tone of voice that my attitude is, we've been over this 50 times, why don't you know it yet? So be flexible. Be willing to try different approaches and be willing to take breaks. Lots of breaks. While you're figuring it out, while they're figuring it out, be willing to take a break. Be willing to stop and just do something fun. And maybe that doesn't come naturally to you. It might be something you have to work on, is like dance with your kids or bake with your kids, or just do something that is pure fun and silliness for a little bit, and kind of put the reset on it. One of my friends says when the kids are acting up, she just smiles. She starts smiling, she starts singing, and it's contagious. She forces herself to do that, and it changes the whole attitude in the house. So that's hard to do. Some days it's really hard to do. But being flexible and reevaluating. Another friend of mine, lots of friends. Another friend of mine, she plans 6 weeks of curriculum, and then they take 1 week off school, and that's the planning and reevaluating. And she looks at where her kids are individually, if they need to review more, if she needs to try a different approach with them, and then she plans the next 6 weeks. And I think that's amazing too. The other thing with reevaluating is our life could change in the next couple weeks, in the next couple months. Just because you've decided to homeschool right now doesn't mean that you can't change your mind. It doesn't mean that the situation in our country will be safer and you'll feel more confident putting your kids in school. Just because you've chosen to put your kids in school doesn't mean that you can't take them out and say, you know what, no, we're going to homeschool. So really reevaluating is doing what's best for your family right now, and understanding that that could change, and that you could be reevaluating and deciding to do something different a few weeks from now or a few months from now. And that's okay. I don't mind change that much. I like it when things are the same for too long. It gets stagnant, and I thank God for that, because that's a gift to be able to handle change. I know some people, like my husband, he doesn't like change, and any change, even good change, is hard. So when you're evaluating, also know yourself and know your kids to kind of, if you're going to change things up, make it palatable for everyone and give some warning with it. So then the last 2 points I have are get trained. Find someone who's doing what you want to do. Find someone who has success. So when you think of homeschooling, what do you think of? When you think of how you want your house to look, how you want it to feel, what do you want to see as a homeschooling environment? What do you want the end result to be for your kids? And then look around at the people you know. In real life, if you can, because sometimes Facebook doesn't present like the reality of what is going on, or Instagram or Pinterest. You're not seeing the reality. So if you know people in real life, sit down and talk with them and say, How did you achieve this? And then get trained. I love Bonnie Landry. You can look her up. She has tons of content on YouTube right now. She's been giving a lot of free content during the pandemic. She's a veteran homeschooling mom of like almost 30 years. I think she's been homeschooling. So lots of kids. And yes, I think she's amazing. So that's who I like for training. That might not be who you like for training. But figure out what you want your environment and what you want, what success is in homeschooling for you. And then take the time to get some materials and get trained, whether that's books or like there's tons of free content online. But find people who are having success and take time for personal development and training. I'm at 6 minutes. I'm over my 5-minute mom mark. Someday I'm going to actually do a 5-minute video that's only 5 minutes. The last part is finding your tribe. So find moms that support you. It kind of goes with getting trained, but find your moms that don't do mommy wars, that don't judge. Sarah Bulcher, shout out to Sarah. She has an amazing Facebook group of homeschooling parents. I think it's mostly moms, and they come from a variety of different backgrounds, and it's an amazing, welcoming environment. So find that online. Better yet, find it in real life. Find the moms that you relate to, that you can laugh with, that you can share experiences, that you can learn from each other, that when you leave, after you've been around them, you feel refreshed and renewed and ready for the day. And then the other part of that is you have to find your tribe for your kids. You have to find your kids' tribe. It's always a blessing when your kids' tribe lines up with your mom tribe, and then you can have play dates and the moms can chat and the kids can play and everybody comes away feeling great. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So find your kids' tribe, find extracurriculars for them. And this is already like 7 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. Please comment, moms who have been homeschooling for a long time, what did I miss? What other advice would you give to people looking at homeschooling? New moms to it, what are your questions? Drop them below, drop them in the comments, and and God bless you, good measure, packed down and flowing over.